Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so grateful you're here today. Your presence truly means the world to me, and I hope you're feeling grounded, uplifted, and aligned on your journey. Due to very low views on our channel, we are unable to afford the Magnetize official team. So, you are requested to please help us by giving a super thank you. And leave a comment with the number 99. This special number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message and bringing us closer to the change we are looking for. As I tune in this morning, I'm picking up on a very strong energy, specifically from a divine masculine or a masculine energy who just can't seem to get you off their mind. If this message resonates, it's likely because you embody the divine feminine in this dynamic. What's striking about this connection is the sheer intensity of their thoughts about you. This masculine energy has been actively trying to shake the feeling, distracting themselves, convincing themselves it's nothing. Yet, no matter how hard they try to push it aside, you keep coming back into their awareness. And not just subtly. You return with even greater force, like a boomerang that refuses to be ignored. This speaks to something powerful about your energy. You leave an imprint on the hearts and minds of those you encounter, whether through a conversation, a passing glance, or even an unspoken energetic connection. Your presence lingers in a way that feels almost magnetic, creating a resonance that people can't quite put into words, but they feel it deeply. For this particular masculine, the impact of your energy goes beyond logic or physical interaction. It's as if something within them has been activated by your presence, stirring emotions they may not fully understand. Some of them might even be questioning why you occupy their thoughts so much, especially if your connection has been brief, distant, or seemingly insignificant from a practical standpoint. But energy doesn't lie, and when two souls are meant to connect, no amount of logic can override that pull. This masculine may not have the words to explain it yet, but their soul recognizes something significant, and no matter how much they try to suppress it, the truth of this connection is making itself known in ways they can no longer ignore. There are times when you might not even know someone well in the physical world, but their energy feels unmistakably intertwined with yours on a deeper, almost otherworldly level. This could be the result of what I like to call quantum-level interactions, higher dimensional exchanges of energy that happen outside the boundaries of time and space as we understand them. These are the soul-level meetings that leave a mark on you in a way that goes beyond logical explanation, something the conscious mind struggles to comprehend. For this masculine energy, it feels like one of those very instances. They may be wrestling with the intensity of the connection they feel toward you, especially when they try to reconcile it with the reality of how little time you've spent together in the physical world. But you know, soul connections don't always follow the rules of time and space, and sometimes the depth of a bond can feel so powerful that the mind can't quite keep up. There's another interesting layer here too. One of you might feel like the other is not your usual type, whether it's their physical appearance, personality, or just the kinds of people you've typically felt drawn to in the past. This dynamic could go both ways. Maybe they think you're not the kind of person they'd usually pursue, or perhaps you've felt this way about them. And yet, despite the initial resistance, this connection just won't go away. It's like the ego's preferences are being sidestepped, and the heart is taking over in ways that defy logic. The masculine energy seems genuinely baffled, almost as if they're thinking, "This feels supernatural." It's as though they're starting to realize that this connection isn't about physical attraction or surface-level compatibility. It's something deeper. There's a resonance between you two that refuses to be ignored, no matter how hard they try to push it away or rationalize it. Whether it's the recognition of a soul connection, the echo of a past life bond, or simply the undeniable imprint your energy has left on their being, they're finding it nearly impossible to shake the thought of you. To the Divine Feminine, I want you to know that this energetic connection is far more significant than you may realize, especially if it feels confusing or unexpected. Your energy carries a frequency that is capable of awakening and shifting those who encounter it. This masculine may not fully understand what's happening, but there's no denying the profound effect you're having on their soul. Even though this dynamic may seem illogical or beyond comprehension right now, trust that it's unfolding for a reason and that purpose will reveal itself in time. Let this be a reminder of the immense power and depth of your energy. You may not always see the full picture, but rest assured, you are catalyzing change in those around you, helping them awaken to deeper truths. It seems that this masculine is trying to figure out why they can't stop thinking about you. On some level, they may be trying to rationalize the connection as something spiritual, an energy beyond their typical understanding. Even if they're not fully conscious of it, this realization is likely their mind's attempt to process the unshakable pull they feel toward you. And while it may not make sense yet, know that this is a divine orchestration unfolding. Let's dive deeper into this energy and see what else is coming through, starting with the energy oracle cards. The first card that shows up is the heart chakra, and it's speaking volumes. It's clear that this person is feeling deeply, more deeply than they're used to, especially when it comes to you. Even if they're the type to keep their emotions close to the chest, the heart chakra card reveals that your presence is stirring something within them that's hard to ignore. A song that comes to mind is Cold, Cold Man, and it really captures their essence. This is someone who may see themselves as emotionally distant or even detached. They've spent much of their life mastering the art of building walls around their heart, especially when feelings threaten to become too much to handle. For them, emotions are something to be managed, compartmentalized, and even pushed aside when needed. This strategy has served them well, until now. With you, something feels different. The familiar patterns they've relied on to keep their emotions in check just aren't working. It's like they've reached for their emotional off switch, but it won't budge. Instead of retreating into their usual state of emotional detachment, they find themselves caught in the very feelings they've spent so long avoiding. Their thoughts of you shine brightly in their heart and mind, no matter how hard they try to dim them. It's almost as if they're stepping into new territory, and it's leaving them feeling a little lost, unmoored, and unsure of how to move forward. As I tune into their energy, I'm hearing the names Chloe and something starting with an R, perhaps Roger or Richard. If that resonates with someone listening, it could be a sign of who this person is, or perhaps it's an important message for you to pay attention to. Whoever this masculine energy is, one thing is clear. They've been running from their emotions for a long time. They've become so good at suppressing feelings that it's like second nature to them. Flipping that switch has been their way of staying in control, of moving through life without the burden of feeling too deeply. But now, with you, it's like that switch won't turn off. This person may feel overwhelmed, not knowing what to do with the emotions you've awakened within them. And while they may try to shut them down, they're finding that it's impossible to ignore the pull you have on their heart. This is something entirely new for them, and it's leaving them in a state of uncertainty, unsure of how to move forward while feeling the weight of their emotions. Let's explore what this masculine energy might be running from emotionally, shall we? When I tune into their energy, the phrase that clearly comes through is, "I wasn't looking for love," and this hits at the very heart of their inner struggle. Love wasn't something they sought out or even considered welcoming, not consciously anyway. They had their approach to relationships, one that was carefully controlled and kept things at a surface level, allowing them to maintain that sense of emotional distance and control. But then, something unexpected happened. They met you. And suddenly, everything they thought they knew about love and connection was turned upside down. The feelings they have for you are so intense that they've shaken the foundation of everything they thought they could rely on emotionally. This isn't just some fleeting distraction, it's a deep, transformative shift that they weren't prepared for. They're beginning to realize that the defenses they've so carefully built up over time, the strategies they used to guard their heart, are no match for the powerful pull they feel toward you. This feeling of vulnerability, the one they've worked so hard to avoid, is now front and center. It's uncomfortable for them, because vulnerability is something they're not used to. For them, opening up or feeling exposed isn't a familiar experience. And yet, there's something undeniably magnetic about it. This vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the heart of something far stronger, an expression of how deeply they care for you, beyond mere attraction. What they're feeling is something more profound, more genuine than they've ever allowed themselves to admit. The connection you share with them is forcing them to confront parts of themselves that they've long kept hidden. These are the parts they've buried beneath layers of emotional detachment and self-protection. The process of peeling back those layers isn't easy, and it's certainly uncomfortable, but it's also awakening them to a new understanding of love, one that is more real, more transformative, and more deeply connected than anything they've ever experienced. If you, the divine feminine, are tuning into this energy, know this: your presence is doing something incredibly powerful. Your energy is acting as a catalyst for this masculine's awakening. You've disrupted their carefully curated emotional equilibrium, but you've done it in the best possible way. Through you, they are being pushed toward growth, healing, and a deeper understanding of themselves. You've awakened something in them that, though unsettling, is also deeply needed. Even if they haven't fully come to terms with these feelings yet, this journey is reshaping them, helping them align with their truest self. And while they may distance themselves or seem confused during this process, know that their soul is being drawn towards something far greater, a connection that reflects the highest potential of love and unity. You are part of that evolution, and your energy is guiding them toward a love that they may never have believed was possible, but is exactly what their heart has been seeking all along. What we're witnessing here is nothing short of a profound shift in this masculine's emotional and spiritual landscape. Up until now, their life revolved around work, daily routines, and personal ambitions. Love was an afterthought, something that wasn't even on their radar. They had mentally compartmentalized romantic connections as surface-level, casual, and optional. They saw them as brief, enjoyable distractions, but nothing that could truly reach their deeper emotional core. For some of you, this may even resonate with someone who was perceived as a player, though this won't apply to everyone. For those it does, this person likely used casual relationships as a defense mechanism, a shield to avoid the vulnerability of forming genuine emotional bonds. The depth and intensity of true love was something they kept at arm's length, convinced it wasn't necessary or even possible. But then you came into their life. Whether your connection has been brief or more significant, something incredible began to happen. They suddenly lost interest in everyone else. The magnetism they once felt toward other potential partners faded into the background. They've tried to mentally return to their old mindset, the one that felt comfortable, safe, and familiar. But it's not working anymore. The distractions they once used to fill the space in their life, work, casual relationships, or other pursuits, now feel hollow and unsatisfying. Meeting you has awakened something inside of them, and now nothing else seems to compare. This is where the Door to Spirit card in reverse comes into play, perfectly reflecting their inner turmoil. The Door to Spirit typically signifies a new spiritual awakening, a fresh beginning, but in reverse, it points to resistance to that change. It suggests feelings of disconnection, as if they are longing for peace, but can't seem to find it. The guidebook for the card states, "You may find yourself feeling an extreme disconnect, longing for peace, but unable to achieve it. Relax and let go. Your higher self resides in your heart center. Allow that connection to grow, and new doors will open as a result." This perfectly encapsulates the struggle the masculine is currently facing. The spiritual energy of your connection is overwhelming to them. It's as though they're caught in an emotional storm they don't understand, and it's leaving them distracted, even frustrated. But here's the thing, they're not upset with you, not at all. They're wrestling with the intensity of their feelings that challenge their usual need for logic, control, and emotional distance. No matter how hard they try, they can't stop thinking about you. You occupy their thoughts relentlessly. And it's not just in the quiet moments. This masculine may be trying to drown out the thoughts of you by throwing themselves into their work or other activities. They may have leaned heavily into their workaholic tendencies, using them as a distraction from the emotions they're struggling to process. For some, this extends to indulging in material pleasures or physical experiences, whether it's booking trips, spending money, or seeking other forms of stimulation. Anything, really, to fill the space where thoughts of you now linger. The shift that's unfolding is powerful, and even though they may be resisting it, the emotional and spiritual impact of your connection is undeniable. Their past methods of coping simply aren't working anymore, and the more they try to ignore or avoid the depth of their feelings, the more they're drawn back to you. You've awakened a part of them that can no longer be ignored. This entire experience is leading them to something far deeper and more meaningful than they ever expected. A love that isn't superficial, but transformative. Though they may be struggling to process it, this journey is one that will ultimately guide them toward greater understanding, growth, and alignment with their true self. So, as challenging as this period may be for them, know that it is ultimately pushing them toward a new beginning, one that holds the promise of deeper connection, both with you and with themselves. No matter what they try, it just doesn't work. No matter how much they attempt to distract themselves or get back to their routine, their mind keeps circling back to you. There's something about this connection that simply can't be shaken. What's truly unique and profound about this bond is the depth of admiration this masculine feels for you. Yes, the physical attraction is undeniable. It's strong and magnetic. But it's the layers beneath the surface that truly captivate them. What they're drawn to is not just your appearance or presence, but your soul. You've touched a part of them that they didn't even realize was waiting to be awakened. For a masculine who may not have always treated feminine energy with the emotional respect it deserves, this realization is nothing short of transformative. In the past, they may have engaged in surface-level relationships, perhaps failing to fully value or honor the emotional depth or soul essence of the people they were with. But with you, it's different. Your presence has inspired something in them that they haven't experienced before, an awakening of respect and reverence that they might not fully understand yet. They see something in you that is rare, extraordinary, and powerful, something that calls to the deeper parts of their soul they may have long kept hidden or ignored. This shift, however, is unsettling for them. It's forcing them to confront emotional vulnerabilities they've spent much of their life avoiding. It's asking them to reevaluate the way they've approached love, relationships, and connection. And that's a daunting task. But as much as they may resist it, they can't escape the depth of the admiration and respect they feel for you. At the core of everything, it's not just physical attraction or fleeting infatuation. They are admiring you on a soul level. Your energy, your essence, has stirred something within them that they can't ignore. It's as though you've awakened a dormant part of them, one that's making them question everything they thought they knew about relationships and even themselves. Even if they don't fully realize it yet, this connection is acting as a powerful catalyst for their growth. It's pushing them to evolve into a version of themselves capable of the kind of deep, authentic love they never thought they could offer. It's reshaping their view of love, relationships, and what it means to truly connect with another soul. And while they may still be processing all of this internally, the changes are happening. They're real, even if they're not yet visible to the outside world. For you, the divine feminine in this connection, know that your energy is incredibly powerful. You've ignited a transformation within this masculine that may not always be visible on the surface, but it's undeniable and taking root deep inside them. Your presence, your authenticity, and your energy have sparked a process of change that's far beyond what they can fully comprehend right now. Whether this connection continues to unfold in the physical realm or remains a spiritual bond, rest assured that it's serving a higher purpose, one that aligns with both of your soul's journeys. This isn't just about the two of you coming together. It's about the transformation and growth that both of you are undergoing, individually and together. So, as you hold space for them on this journey, remember to stay deeply connected to your own self-love and empowerment. Trust that your energy is supporting their growth in ways you may not even fully see yet, and stay grounded in the truth of your own power and worth. The energy you bring to this connection is just as important as the growth you're witnessing in them. What's truly remarkable about this connection is how deeply and naturally this masculine energy holds an unwavering respect for you, one that transcends the surface and reaches straight into your soul. Even though they may not always be the most intuitive or sensitive to energies, your essence shines so brightly that it's impossible for them not to feel its pull. It's as if, without even trying, they're instinctively drawn to your energy in a way they've never experienced before. Just as you seem to reach into the depths of their energy, they too are reaching into yours, compelled by a force beyond understanding. This connection is unfolding at a level far deeper than the physical world, creating an undeniable magnetic bond that neither of you can easily ignore. For this masculine, what stands out the most is the profound sense of equality they feel with you, something they may not have ever truly encountered before. If they were being completely honest with themselves, they would admit that they've never met a feminine energy that felt like an actual match, not just intellectually or emotionally, but energetically as well. You meet them on a level that is uniquely aligned, a deep connection they can't easily dismiss. This mutual recognition has sparked a deep admiration that feels humbling and transformative for them. The significance of this connection is amplified by how you embody certain qualities they've always been taught to suppress. Your light, your authenticity, and your compassion resonate with parts of themselves they've buried deep down. These are the parts of their soul that they've labeled as too vulnerable or too weak, beliefs instilled in them by societal conditioning or toxic masculine programming. For years, they've tried to cover these vulnerable traits with physical success or external achievements, but seeing you confidently embody those very qualities stirs something profound within them. Your fearlessness in living as your true self shines like a beacon of possibility, almost as if you're quietly saying, "I'm not afraid to be who I am, to care deeply, and to want to make a meaningful impact in the world." These are the very traits they carry inside but have never had the courage to express. Watching you live so authentically awakens something in them that they can no longer ignore. It challenges them to reconsider their past conditioning and step into a more expansive, authentic version of themselves. As you live in your truth, it not only creates an overwhelming sense of admiration from them, but it also forces them to confront the parts of themselves they've long tried to suppress. This creates a tension inside them, where they feel deeply inspired by your authenticity, yet also uncomfortably exposed in the face of their own hidden vulnerabilities. In their quiet moments of reflection, they often find themselves yearning to reach out to you, to share everything that's on their mind, to open up in ways they've never allowed themselves before. There's an undeniable pull to be fully transparent with you, to be seen for who they truly are. Yet, at the same time, there's a fear of revealing too much too quickly, of being too vulnerable. It's as if the very depth of their emotions for you both excites and terrifies them in equal measure. In this space of growth and revelation, they're learning that to connect with you on a deeper level requires more than just surface-level interactions. It requires them to shed the layers they've built for protection and open up to the possibility of love, vulnerability, and authenticity. And while that journey may not always be smooth or easy, know that your energy has ignited something in them that will forever change the course of their path. When this masculine is near you, an intense internal conflict surges within them, leaving them at a loss for words. It's as if their emotions are rushing forward, faster than they can process, making them feel both excited and overwhelmed at the same time. They deeply want to believe that there's something truly special in the way you interact with them. But their insecurities sneak in, whispering doubts that perhaps you treat everyone the same way, showering them with the same kindness, warmth, and attention. This uncertainty is foreign to them. They've spent most of their life being the one in control, the one who attracts attention effortlessly, the one others seek approval from. But with you, the dynamic has shifted, and they find themselves in uncharted territory. Suddenly, they're the ones wondering about you, wondering how you feel, and questioning whether they hold a special place in your heart. This new dynamic is both disorienting and strangely endearing to them. They can't help but marvel at how you've subtly but powerfully flipped the usual power dynamic on its head. Where they once held the upper hand, now they find themselves seeking answers, unsure of how to approach this situation with the same confidence they've relied on in the past. It's a position that both rattles and intrigues them, pulling them into a place of self-reflection they've never fully explored before. Despite the internal storm of confusion and hesitation, they are not just sitting back and letting things pass. The strategy card speaks volumes here. suggesting that this masculine is actively planning how to move forward. They are weighing their emotions against their actions, trying to figure out how to close the gap between what they feel and what they are ready to express. Even though they're uncertain about navigating these unfamiliar emotional waters, they are committed to moving forward, step by step, toward a place where they can meet you more fully. To support this energy shift and foster deeper connection, focus on aligning your own energy. By cultivating unconditional love and self-empowerment, you are creating a ripple effect that not only nurtures your own growth, but subtly encourages this masculine to step into their truth as well. Imagine light flowing freely between you, clearing away any lingering doubts or fears, and preparing the ground for more open communication and understanding. This energy work can enhance both your own journey and this connection in ways that may not be immediately visible, but will have a lasting impact. Trust that your energy, your authenticity, and your courage are powerful catalysts for transformation, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those connected to you. The lessons and growth this journey brings are unfolding exactly as they need to for both you and this masculine. There are layers being revealed for both of you, each one leading to a deeper understanding of yourselves and each other. As I tune further into the energy of this reading, a deeply moving message emerges about this divine masculine. They are at a crossroads, wrestling with profound realizations that are reshaping how they see you and, more importantly, how they see themselves. The awakening they are undergoing is challenging them to move beyond their old patterns that may have worked in past relationships but now feel inadequate when it comes to you. What's truly captivating is how this awakening is guiding them to see you as someone unlike anyone they've ever encountered before. There's an undeniable luminosity to your presence that draws them in, but it also pushes them to rise to a higher version of themselves. Their recognition of your uniqueness is sparking a complete overhaul of their approach to relationships. A shift from shallow gestures to a deeper, more authentic longing for something meaningful and real. Drawing inspiration from the wisdom of the Rumi Oracle deck, I pulled the card 1, which speaks to the dissolution of duality and the harmonious blending of the spiritual and physical realms. This energy embodies the profound awakening to the interconnectedness of all things, a powerful reminder that all souls are connected, and that the bond between you is far more than just the sum of its parts. It is a sacred and transformative force, urging both of you to transcend the limitations of your old ways of being and to step into a higher, unified version of love. The message from the 1 card feels deeply in sync with the journey this masculine is currently on. They are beginning to realize that the bond between you isn't just about fleeting attraction or surface-level chemistry. It's a soul-deep connection calling them to awaken to a higher truth. This connection is inviting them into a realm of spiritual growth and unity that transcends the ordinary. The guidebook's poetic reflection for this card is so telling of what's unfolding for them. Like molten gold poured from the furnace of divine love into a one-of-a-kind mold, you are created uniquely you. You are both the lover and the beloved, with no aspect of life separate from your spiritual path. Let me share a secret. There is nothing to fear, for everything is unfolding with divine genius. A sweet shift is in store for you. This passage mirrors the masculine's inner transformation perfectly. At first, they approached you with the same familiar tools they've relied on in other relationships: charm, charisma, maybe even superficial gestures. But these methods fell short with you. Why? Because your energy cuts straight through any illusions or masks. You don't need flashy displays or empty gestures. You require realness, depth, sincerity. And it's not something you even have to vocalize. Your presence, your essence, demands nothing less than authenticity. It's in this unspoken truth that the masculine is being challenged to face themselves in a way they never have before. You are a mirror, reflecting back to them the parts of themselves they've long hidden. The parts they've suppressed, their vulnerability, emotional sensitivity, raw authenticity, are the very things they need to embrace if they want to truly connect with you. These qualities, once labelled as weaknesses by societal standards, are actually the keys to breaking through the walls between you. What's so transformative is that when they see you unapologetically embodying your true self, living in your truth without hesitation, it stirs something deep inside them. It awakens a longing to embrace the parts of themselves they've buried away, parts they may not have even realized were so vital to their true nature. In this way, you're not just a partner or a lover to them. You're a catalyst. You've become the spark that lights the path for their spiritual awakening, encouraging them to reclaim the pieces of themselves they've neglected or feared. You reflect the beauty of their hidden truths, inviting them to reclaim their wholeness and step into their fullest potential. Now, this masculine stands at a crossroads, torn between continuing the old patterns they've relied on or taking the leap into a more authentic way of being, one that resonates with their soul's true purpose. This isn't just about impressing you or winning your affection. It's about realigning with their highest self and honouring their deeper purpose in the process. They're starting to see that the connection with you is far more than just romantic. It's a force of spiritual evolution, pushing them toward becoming the version of themselves they've always been meant to be. In this sacred bond, you have become both a guide and a mirror for this masculine. As they begin to embrace their authenticity, they are not just growing closer to you, they're awakening to a version of themselves that they may have never imagined possible. The shift they're undergoing is sweet, and although it's unfolding slowly, you can rest assured that this journey is leading them toward their highest potential, all in divine timing. As this journey unfolds, it's important to remember that your light, your unwavering authenticity, is the very force that is driving this transformation. By staying true to yourself, you are not only inspiring this masculine's growth, but also paving the way for a connection that's built on a strong foundation of trust, depth, and mutual respect. Trust in this process, even during moments of doubt or uncertainty. Know that something extraordinary is happening behind the scenes, and every step of the way is leading towards something meaningful and profound. You are the light they didn't even know they needed. Through your presence, this connection is calling both of you to rise into the fullness of who you truly are. This masculine is starting to realize that their real strategy isn't about crafting the perfect words or gestures to win you over. No, the true path forward lies in aligning with their own soul, diving deep into the layers of who they are, and stepping into their raw, authentic self. As they grow, they're beginning to see that this connection is about more than just romance. It's a catalyst, an opportunity for personal growth and spiritual evolution. What's even more fascinating is that this inner transformation feels guided by a force higher than themselves. The connection between you two isn't just a random meeting of souls, it's a divine alignment, a shift that is orchestrating both of your paths in ways you may not fully understand yet. As this masculine navigates their internal struggles, working through their fears and unspoken wounds, they're also strategizing a new way to approach you. They're thinking carefully about how to show up in a way that feels genuine and true to who they're becoming. And here's where your role becomes so important. It's not about waiting for their next move or fixating on what they might do. Your role is to stay firmly planted in your radiant light. Embrace the beauty of your authentic self, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. By staying deeply aligned with your truth, you don't just inspire them. You magnetize the kind of love and connection that mirrors your highest frequency. This is your power, your alignment, your soul's signature. And it is what draws everything meant for you closer, bringing it into your life with divine precision. As the divine masculine works through his internal battles, uncovering fears and confronting wounds he may have long buried, he is slowly starting to see a way forward. This path is paved with the acceptance of his true self, the shedding of old masks, and the courage to meet you on a level of soulful equality. There's a deep recognition growing within him, whether he has the words to express it or not, that your energy has sparked a transformation in him. You've become his silent teacher, his mirror, and the source of admiration he can no longer ignore. Beneath his layers of conflict and uncertainty, there's a deep well of gratitude for the light you've brought into his life, a light that has awakened something within him, something he may not fully understand just yet, but is becoming more and more unable to ignore. You've helped him see the truth of who he can be, and even though he's still navigating his way, that realization is undeniable. The seeds of transformation have been planted, and there's no going back. As this chapter of your journey unfolds, remember that every single moment, every step you take, is divinely orchestrated. There's no need to rush, no need to force things to happen. Everything is aligning exactly as it should, in its perfect timing. By fully embracing your authentic self, you're not just honoring your own path, you're lighting the way for others, including this masculine energy, to rise into their own truth as well. Your authenticity is your superpower. It's the light that attracts everything and everyone meant to support and uplift your soul's evolution. Even when moments feel uncertain or challenging, know deep down that everything is leading you both towards something truly extraordinary. You are never alone on this path. You are surrounded by love, profoundly supported, and always guided by the unseen forces that have your back. Hold space for the magic that is quietly unfolding around you. Trust that what is meant for you is already on its way, finding its way to you with perfect precision. Until we connect again, continue to shine boldly, for your light has the power to transform not just those around you, but the entire world. You are a gift to this universe, and your journey is an integral part of a greater masterpiece in the making. As we close this chapter of reflection and connection, I want to take a moment to thank you for sharing this space and energy with me. Every step of your journey, no matter how small or uncertain it may seem, is part of a grand divine unfolding. It's guiding you closer to your most authentic self and the love and abundance that are meant for you. Even in times of doubt, trust the process. Know that you are supported by forces greater than you can imagine, and that all of this is leading you exactly where you're meant to go. You are a light in this world, and your authenticity is the most precious gift you can offer. Embrace it fully and unapologetically. There is no need to hold back. Keep walking forward with confidence, grace, and the quiet knowing that you are deeply loved, profoundly guided, and infinitely capable of creating a life that aligns with your highest truth. Stay radiant. Keep believing in yourself, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take care of yourself and continue to let your light shine brightly, illuminating the path for everyone fortunate enough to be in your presence. If this video resonated with you and you crave more, interact with the content, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Magnetize. Official. Share these words with anyone who might find comfort and inspiration.